Stay tuned immediately following tonight's Wilson versus Liberty High School Scholastic Scrimmage semifinal for a second semifinal match between Stroudsburg and Freedom High School.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided in part from Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley.
Proud to support the finest in education and in public television, we are the people of Muhlenberg College.
From Hill Financial, involved in helping the communities we serve, bringing you the best right here on public television and Channel 39. Hill Financial Savings, helping you to a better life. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program featuring teams from Lehigh Valley High Schools in a contest of quick recall. Tonight's teams are from Wilson Area High School and Liberty High School. Your host for Scholastic Scrimmage is Harry Price.
Good evening and welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. This is the first of two consecutive semifinal contests. We're going to meet the teams and the coaches, then we'll begin this contest. From Wilson High School, Jed Eicher, a senior. Keith Kreitz is a junior. Phil Trock, the captain, is also a junior. Tim Dodge is a senior. And the coach is Gary Laubach, teacher of English. From Liberty High School in Bethlehem, Jonathan Troutman, a freshman. The captain, Jeffrey Hittinger, is a senior. Mason Webb, senior. Christopher Ware, a sophomore. And the coach is Joe Williams, teacher of mathematics. Channel 39 is pleased to announce that at the conclusion of the series, after the championship contest, the Air Products Foundation will present a $1,500 scholarship award to the championship high school and a $750 scholarship award to the runner-up high school. Both awards will be in the name of the Scholastic Scrimmage teams. Remember, the answers to the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage require rapid recall of factual information and aren't necessarily indicative of academic training. The rules for the contest are as follows. On toss-up questions, you'll be given 10 points for each correct answer, and 10 points will be deducted for an incorrect response. If you answer incorrectly, then the opposing team will have an opportunity to answer without penalty, and they'll get 5 points for a correct answer in this situation. Of course, a correct answer to each toss-up question gives you the opportunity to answer a bonus question without penalty. Team members may confer only on the bonus questions, and the answers to these questions should be given to me by the two team captains. A buzzer will signal the end of the contest. If it sounds while a question is being asked, the game stops. If the buzzer goes off while you're answering, however, you will be permitted to complete your answer, but no bonus questions will be asked. Are there any questions? If not, we'll begin our contest with our first toss-up. We're preparing for a 10-point bonus. The Strait of Magellan passes through an island archipelago that is presently controlled by what nation? Wilson, Keith.
Chile.
Correct. The strait separates the southern tip of South America and Tierra del Fuego. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer for Wilson. Again, you may confer, Phil, and you give me the answers. Identify or name 4 of the 7 states on which Colorado borders. Phil.
Wyoming, Utah, Nebraska, Arizona.
Wyoming, Utah, Nebraska, Arizona are correct. You have your 10 points. New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Kansas would have been the other 3. Your toss-up. Name the character in Through the Looking Glass who participates in a chess game, is vague and incompetent, is kindly. Wilson, Tim.
Mad Hatter.
Incorrect. Over to Liberty. Name the character in Through the Looking Glass who participates in a chess game, is vague and incompetent, is kindly and chivalrous, and finally rescues Alice from the Red Knight. That's Jonathan.
The White Knight?
Correct. It's a children's tale by Lewis Carroll, and it's a sequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. You have the correct answer, and your bonus, Jeffrey, for you and the team. 10-pointer. What are the next 4 words in this quote taken from Julius Caesar? Yond Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Jeffrey?
But not enough?
No. Such men are dangerous. Your toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. This operation is sometimes performed by surgeons on patients whose breathing has become obstructed. It consists of making a small incision in the windpipe. Liberty, Christopher.
Tracheostomy?
Correct, I'll accept that. It consists of making a small incision in the windpipe and inserting a tube. I wanted you to name the procedure. It's tracheostomy or tracheotomy. I also would have accepted your bonus, a 10-pointer. Name the common heterotrophic marine animal that lacks mobility and has a stony skeleton.
Coral.
Jeffrey?
Coral.
Correct. Toss-up, going for a 10-point bonus. What is the slope of all lines? You might want to take paper and pencil. What is the slope of all lines perpendicular to the line defined by that statement on your monitor, 4x plus y is equal to 12? Liberty, Jeffrey.
1/4.
1/4 is correct. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. Give me the standard 14-letter mathematical term for the statement obtained by interchanging and negating both the hypothesis and the conclusion of a given statement.
Contrapositive.
Jeffrey.
Contrapositive.
Correct again. You have your 10. We're preparing again for a 10-point bonus toss-up. Andre Gromyko told President Kennedy that the missile installation discovered by Air Force reconnaissance photographs was solely for the purpose of contributing to the defense of what island? Wilson, Phil.
Cuba.
What island nation? It's the Cuban Missile Crisis, October 1962. You're correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Phil, for you and the team. He was summoned before the Court of Inquisition in Rome and threatened with torture for his comments about the Copernican system published in the Dialogue on the Two Greatest Systems in the World. Naming. Phil?
Galileo.
Correct. Toss-up, looking again at a 10-point bonus. This Greek stretched a string on a board between 2 nails. By plucking the string at various intervals, he produced different notes. Who was this man who might have said all things are numbers? Pythagoras of Samos. He and his followers believed, the Pythagoreans, that all relations could be reduced to number relations. Another toss-up. Again, looking at a 10-point bonus. Plants classified as heliotropes have a tendency to turn toward what? Wilson, Phil.
The sun.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Phil. The atomic weight of hydrogen is 1.008. The atomic weight of oxygen is 15.999. Therefore, what's the formula weight of a molecule of water? Too late, Phil. 18.015 is the formula weight of water, H2O. Going for a 10-pointer again. Toss-ups on the monitor. The Cavalier gentlemen of the time of Charles I of England wore a beard in this style that you see there on the monitor. The artist who painted this portrait gave his name to this type of beard. Wilson, Phil.
Van Dyck.
Correct. Who is the artist? Anthony van Dyck, the Flemish painter who painted in the court, or for the court of Charles I. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. It's a water-based polymer paint. Compared to oil paint, it's colorless. I should say it's odorless and dries rapidly. Because it's plastic, it has a great resistance to deterioration. I want you to name the type of paint.
It's acrylic.
Phil?
Acrylic.
Correct. Toss-up, looking again at a 10-point bonus. Otto von Bismarck was known as the Iron Chancellor. Margaret Thatcher is known as the Iron what? Liberty, Christopher.
Lady.
Correct. Britain's first woman prime minister, the Iron Lady. Bonus 10-pointer, Jeffrey. The House of Aragon is associated with the rule of what present-day nation? Jeffrey?
Spain.
Correct. Toss up. What is the meaning of the root in the following words? Fragment, fracture, fragile. No response from either team. It means break or broken from the Latin frangere, frangere. Here's your toss-up. What is the general one-word name for any cell that contains a haploid number of chromosomes? Gamete. Toss-up. Again, looking at a 10-point bonus. Considering only whole numbers of degrees, subtract the smallest possible acute angle from the largest possible obtuse angle. Wilson, Phil.
178 degrees.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer. On the monitor. What is the degree of the monomial 3 squared x squared y z cubed?
7, yeah, terms. Okay, go ahead.
Phil.
7.
No, it's 6. You add up the exponents of the unknowns, and it's 2 plus 1 plus 3, or 6. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss-up. Don Regan stated in his 1988 book that President and Mrs. Reagan's activities were often influenced by what Wilson, Tim.
Astrology.
Correct. By what pseudoscience? And your bonus, again for Wilson. Oak Ridge and Hanford Richland were 2 of 3 hidden cities employing many thousands of scientists on the Manhattan Project. Name the third such city located in New Mexico. Phil?
Los Alamos.
Correct again. Toss-up, looking at a 10-pointer. What state served as the setting for all of these works? The New England Tragedies, The Crucible, Rachel Dyer, Liberty Mason.
Massachusetts.
Correct. And The Scarlet Letter, all in Massachusetts. Bonus 10-pointer for Liberty. In literature, who was Sancho Panza?
Don Quixote's helper. Don Quixote's sidekick. Yeah, right.
Jeffrey.
Don Quixote's sidekick.
Correct. Servant or squire by Cervantes. Here's your toss-up, looking at a 10-point bonus. Its name means earth pig. Wilson, Phil.
Aardvark.
Correct. It lives in burrows in open country south of the Sahara. It has a long, narrow head and a blunt snout. It uses its large, sharp claws to dig termites at night, which it eats or catches with its sticky tongue, and I wanted you to name it. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. It's a multiple choice. The splitting of an atomic nucleus into 2 large fragments and then into several smaller ones is known as which one of the following? Is it fusion? Is it alpha decay? Is it fission? Or is it thermonuclear energy? Phil?
Fission.
Correct. Toss up. How many states east of New York share a common border with Canada? Wilson, Tim.
3.
Correct. Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Bonus 10-pointer. They consist of a group of islands and numerous rocky islets on the North Atlantic Ocean about 800 miles west of the Iberian Peninsula. These islands form an autonomous region of Portugal. What is their collective name? Phil.
The Azores.
Correct. Toss-up. Looking at a 15-point bonus this time. What number is common to all of the following mythical beings? The Furies, the Fates, Liberty, Christopher.
3.
3. The Graces and the Harpies, all or each group of 3. Here's your bonus, a 15-pointer, Jeffrey. For 5 points apiece, complete the titles of each of the following works by William Faulkner. The first one, The Sound in the Blank.
Fury.
Jeffrey?
Fury.
Correct. As I Lay Blank.
Dying.
Jeffrey?
Dying.
Correct. Requiem for a Blank. Jeffrey?
No response.
No response. It would be Requiem for a Nun. You got 2 out of the 3 for 10 points. Toss up, again looking at a 10-point bonus. What four words, according to Professor Henry Higgins in My Fair Lady, describe where the rain in Spain stays? Liberty, Christopher.
Mainly in the plain.
The judges accept, mainly in the plain, and here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. Beethoven transformed it into the symphonic scherzo. Mozart made it the third movement in his symphonies. Name this ancient French dance that became popular at the royal court.
No, that's too.
Jeffrey.
No response.
Be minuet. Toss-up, looking at a 10-point bonus. Blood flows from the subclavian vein and the jugular vein into a common vein called the what? Liberty, Christopher.
The superior vena cava.
You are correct. The largest vein of the body that carries the blood back to the heart. Your bonus at 10-pointer. Only 1/64th of the radioactivity of a particular substance still remains after a period of 54 years. Therefore, we know that its half-life is equal to how many years? No response. It would be 9. Its half-life is equal to 9 years. Preparing for a 10-point bonus. It's a toss-up. It's going to be on the monitor. What is the area of the circle defined by x squared plus y squared is equal to 13? Liberty, Jonathan.
13 pi.
Correct, square units. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. Between what two consecutive integers does the value of the log of 67 to the base 4, log of 67 to the base 4 lie? Jeffrey.
3 and 4.
Correct. Toss-up, looking at a 10-point bonus. Name the 1803 Supreme Court case that involved Liberty, Mason.
Marbury versus Madison.
Correct. It involved all of these men in one way or another. James Madison, President John Adams, John Marshall, who was Chief Justice, and William Marbury. And it was Marbury versus Madison. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. Some people regarded these types of laws as legalized price fixing. In 3 words, name the law that permitted agreements between manufacturers and distributors to establish minimum sale prices for certain products.
No.
Jeffrey.
No response.
Would be fair trade law or fair trade laws. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. What figure of speech is used in the following 2 examples? Strenuous idleness and wise. That's Liberty, Jonathan.
Oxymoron.
Correct. A seemingly contradictory statement or juxtaposition of the words. Strenuous idleness and wise folly, I was going to say, and it is, both of those are oxymorons. Bonus 10-pointer. Name the minister who draped his face in the minister's black veil in the short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne.
No.
Jeffrey.
No response.
It would be the Reverend Mr. Hooper, the protagonist and minister of the village of Milford. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. In what bay was the Spanish Navy defeated during the Spanish-American War in 1898? Liberty, Christopher.
Manila Bay.
Correct, in the Philippines. Bonus 10-pointer. Who was the famous World War II American general that did not set foot in the continental United States between 1937 and 1951? Jeffrey?
MacArthur.
Douglas MacArthur. He was called back at that time from Korea. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss-up, 10-pointer.
That is correct.
Correct. That is the correct answer. Wally Schmaltz was charged with arson. The local newspaper ran articles about Wally's associations with organized crime figures. At his trial, his lawyer asked that the trial be moved to another town. This is called a request for a change of what? Liberty, Mason.
Venue.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer. Kurt Koepka and Wolfgang Kohler both theorized that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. What German word is used to describe this psychological theory?
Synergism?
Yeah, go for it.
Jeffrey?
Synergy?
No, it'd be Gestalt.
That wasn't German word either.
Toss up, going for a 10-pointer. This doctrine has a 5-syllable name and was relevant to the Virginia and Kentucky resolutions. It assumes that a state has the right to declare a federal law null and void. I want you to name the doctrine. Liberty Mason.
The doctrine of nullification?
Correct. Bonus, 10-pointer. What state legislature passed a nullification law in response to Henry Clay's Tariff of Abominations?
South Carolina?
Jeffrey.
South Carolina.
Correct. Back in the early 1830s. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. What book written around the year 650 was composed of several surahs, all of which begin in the name of God, the compassionate? Wilson, Phil.
The Koran.
Correct. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, and surahs are chapters of the Quran, the holy scriptures of Islam. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. For 5 points apiece, Phil, identify each of the following. The name of the most sacred sanctuary of Islam. Phil?
Mecca.
Not Mecca. Kaaba. The city in which this shrine is located in the Great Mosque. Phil?
Mecca.
That is Mecca. You have 5 out of 10. Looking at a 10-point bonus again, your toss-up. An astronaut has just completed a trip from Mare Nubium to Mare Nectaris. Therefore, this astronaut is standing on what? Wilson, Phil.
The moon.
Is standing on what heavenly body? And you're correct, Phil. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. These compounds are known components of nucleotides, such as guanine and adenine. They're proton acceptors or electron donors in solution. Name this general category of compounds.
Acid.
Phil?
Nucleic bases.
We'll accept bases. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. And you might want to use a paper and pencil for it. And you might not. Just listen carefully. What is the statistical mode of the following set of scores? 22, 18, 26, 18, 23, 21, and 19. Wilson, Phil.
18.
Correct. The score in a set of scores that occurs most frequently. Here's your bonus on the monitor. I want you to simplify that expression without negative exponents. That's the quantity x to the negative 1 power plus y to the negative 1 power, all raised to the negative 1 power.
X plus y.
Phil.
X plus y.
Incorrect. It would be xy divided by the quantity x plus y. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. A plane flying directly north from Nicosia, Cyprus, would soon fly into the airspace of what country? Wilson, Tim.
Turkey.
Correct. Syria is to the east of Cyprus. Turkey, though, directly north. Bonus, a 10-pointer. I'll define 2 important terms in political and economic history. For 5 points each, I want you to name the terms. The first one, starting with the letter E. Name the right of foreigners to be protected by the laws of their own nations. No response. It would be extraterritoriality. The second one, starting with the letter M as in mother. An economic philosophy maintaining that a nation's economic strength depends on exporting more goods than it imports. Phil?
Mercantilism.
Correct. You have 5 out of 10. Looking again at a 10-point bonus. Toss up. What 2 Latin words apply to a committee that has been appointed for a special purpose? Ad hoc. Toss up. Name the geographically largest nation which borders upon the Indian Ocean. I'm sorry, Phil, you just missed it. It would be Australia. Going on to another toss-up. What punctuation mark, other than the period, is needed in the following sentence? There are two main kingdoms of life as follows: plant and animal. Wilson, Tim.
Colon.
Correct. After as follows, you would put a colon. Your bonus, a 10-pointer for 5 points apiece. Name the following, each of which begins with the letter G. The iron glove used as part of a knight's armor. Phil?
Gauntlet.
Correct, in the Middle Ages. The beautiful mythological youth carried off by Zeus to be the god's cupbearer.
Mercury.
Phil?
Mercury.
Phil gave me the answer is Mercury. The answer turns out to be Ganymede. That's the final buzzer and the final score in an outstanding contest. 215 for Liberty High School and 205 for Wilson. Wilson, I want to congratulate you for getting into the semifinals. You've been outstanding. Jed, Tim, good luck in college. Keith and Phil, you'll be back next year, and I'm sure you're going to be an awfully powerful team. Liberty, congratulations. You're going to be in the championship contest, a 60-minute contest to be held next week. It'll be Monday, June 10th. That is Monday, June 12th, I'm sorry. And you're going to go against the winner of the contest, which immediately follows this one. And the contestants in that contest, if I can find it, Stroudsburg and Freedom High Schools. Again, Liberty, congratulations. Wilson, also congratulations to you for getting to the semifinals. This is Harry Price. Thank you for being with us, and good night.
Stay tuned immediately following tonight's Wilson versus Liberty High School Scholastic Scrimmage semifinal for a second semifinal match between Stroudsburg and Freedom High School.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided in part from Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley.
Proud to support the finest in education and in public television, we are the people of Muhlenberg College.
From Hill Financial, involved in helping the communities we serve, bringing you the best right here on public television and Channel 39. Hill Financial Savings, helping you to a better life. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.